Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're making bagels. First, you'll need some warm water. Following that, then you'll need some sugar. And then you'll need some salt. And then you'll need some active dry yeast to poof up the bagels. And then you'll need some bread flour. And if you have a mixing stand, pour the water into the mixing bowl. Then pour the sugar inside. Then pour the active dry yeast and give it a little stir. Then put the plastic wrap on top. Let it poof for 10 minutes, and if it doesn't poof, then you have to restart the whole thing. Then open it up. Then pour your salt into the mix. And then after that, then you'll pour your bread flour into the mixing bowl. And then after pouring it all in, then you'll get a spatula. And then you will fold it in, like you'll fold it slowly in so the mixer doesn't have a lot of work to do, because then if you don't fold it in, then the flour will go everywhere, and I don't think anyone really likes that. So then you just fold it in very nicely, and then after that, really well, so it's very mixed. So here I am doing it because you gotta fold it in very well, because if you don't, then the flour will go everywhere in your face and it would not be nice, especially because you have to clean up your kitchen afterwards. So yeah. After that, then you put on the kneading dough, the kneading thing, the kneading hooker, then attach it to your mixer, and then put it on the mix to level 4. And then after that, it will start to form up like that. And then mine formed up and it actually went to the side. So you'll see that it would move to the side of it. And when it did, I had you have to push it back down. So there I did, pushed it back down, and then I continued mixing it. And then it takes a while. For me, it took a good 10 minutes because I'm using a mixer. But if you do not have a mixer, you don't need to worry. You can get you can just dump it on your on your table and then just knead it. But it'll take a bit longer because this is a machine and you can speed it up. So yeah. And if you saw, I was testing it, and it shows if it's showing that means it's a bit too it's shabby, it's not good, so it needs to continue mixing. But if it's that stretchy like I'm showing right now, then it's just a few more minutes. So it's almost there, 5 minutes. And I fast forwarded a bit, so the next time I'll pull it out, I'll show 2 more minutes like that. So 2 more minutes remaining, and then I'll be done. Then I showed that I did it for 4, because if you do it 4, it needs it faster. And it was shaking. If you notice, when I moved it, it was shaking. And sometimes it does that. That shows it's forming. So yeah. So when it's done, if you know the window pane test, it's basically you stretching it. And if you see a little sunlight going through, that means it's good to go. Then after that, then you just put plastic wrap on top of it and then let it poof for 1 hour. After that, then you take it off, and then you dump it on your workspace. You dump it on your table, wherever works better for you, because everyone is different. So I dumped it, and then after that, and you do not need flour, by the way, because it's oily, because I greased the bowl. I forgot to say that. You grease the bowl and then you put it into rise, and then after that, then you saw you can see the oil marks around it a bit. So that means you don't really need flour for bagels, which I like personally. So after that, then you cut it up. If you want big, then I highly recommend doing 8, but I like small donuts, so I did 12. So yeah. So you cut it up. This is me cutting it up. So yeah. And as I said, you do not need flour. No flour. If you need flour, that means you did something wrong. But yeah. So after you cut it all up, then you can then I did then I started putting them into then I greased the pan. Like so I put butter and then I just greased it. It was not as easy as it seems, so I just like spread it. So yeah. And then after that, then you get one of your pieces. It will look like a triangle or any shape really. Mine looked wonky, but besides that, so you put it into a ball. You put all of them into balls. So I'll do all 12 of mine. I put all 12 of mine into balls, into ball shapes. And then I do it for a bit more. So basically what I do is tuck it all in, like pinch it together. And then after that, I flip it over or I keep it like that. And then yeah, I flipped it over and then I just put my hand on top of it and just like shake it and continue until it looks like a really round ball. And the tighter it is, the better. So yeah, I was trying to make mine tight, so yeah. And then 12, that's my 12 balls there. And then after that, then you push it down. You can do it gently or how hard you want it. It's your bagel, as I say. And then after that, then you put your hand through it and make sure it goes through. And then you put your two hands in and then you just roll it like you roll them together. If you don't want to do that, you can just put your hand like I'm doing right now and just put it in the center and just like move it to form it into that circle. And then if it doesn't look good on the sides, which happened to mine, I was like pinching it to make sure like those things closed up because your bagel would not look pretty like at all. Trust me, until like it's all done. But it's always the process that be looking not the best. So moving on, I was pinching like I did right now, pinching them up, closing it to make it like look decent, not like horrible that's falling apart. And then I did it. I did it for one more to show for anyone who's like a bit confused. I did it one more time. So I push it down and I pinch a hole, like I put a hole through it. And then I put my two hands in it and then just continue moving it. Like just when you like continue doing it, then you'll get the hang of it. Like for me, I felt a bit uncomfortable on the first one. So the next ones I did, I was like, I just did it really fast. Like you get the hang of it. And then close up those nasty areas that are opening up, of course, because you don't want it to like be like falling apart, especially when we get to the boiling part, will be right after this. So yeah, I do it for the rest of them. And then after that, then I get plastic wrap. So you will need plastic wrap multiple times in this. Only one more time. So after that, you put some plastic wrap on top and then you let it for 20 minutes. And then what I forgot to show that I put baking powder and sugar, granulated sugar, because you can use there's two you can use. You can use you can use any sugar or you can use malt syrup. Malt syrup helps the bagel like flavor and texture, but so does sugar too. So sugar is like a great substitute for it. So you do not exactly need to get syrup. So yeah. Moving on. So after what I did, I boiled it. So I put the water halfway, and then after that, then I let it boil for 10 minutes. And then after that, then I just put them in 1 minute. And then I flipped them on the other side. And then after that, I brought them all out. And then you see me using my egg wash to paint all of them. So basically, how I did my egg wash was just one egg. You can use small. I used this medium egg. You can use any really size. And then after that, then I put 3 tablespoons of milk. Any type of milk will work. Then after that, then I coat them all with it. And then I just sprinkled on top everything. I use everything seasoning. And then I use cinnamon. I just like those two. You can use any, you can use onion, you can use onion ones, you can use there's multiple types, but you can use sesame seeds, like any really works. And then I did it again for the next batch because if you saw it, I used 2 pans for it. So this is like the second pan. So yeah. So while I was doing it, then I just continued, and then after that, then you preheat your oven to 425, and then when you're done preheating it, then you put these in for 15 minutes. And then yeah, it's really, and it smells really good. Like mine smelled delicious. So yeah, 15 minutes. And then after the 15 minutes, then you bring them out, and then I like mine like a bit crispy on the outside because like when you toast your bagel, I love mine toasted like really crispy. So when I put the cream cheese, it like nicely goes. Everyone's different, so if you want, you do not need to flip. You can skip this step. But what I did was I flipped them over, and then I put it back in for the same temperature for a good 5 minutes. And then after those 5 minutes, so 5 minutes, I did it for. And then after those 5 minutes, you're ready to enjoy. So when I opened mine, it was so nice and soft. And that's really it. Thank you for watching. Bye.